to respect, trying to just show people that they matter as well in the world. But yet, sometimes when it comes to the performers who might not totally identify as trans, or they're drag queens or female impersonators, or however they feel that they identify as, sometimes our own community chastise us, because I've heard this word so many times and it's brought the fight on every time: tranny. Why? How
I
can we
just
change that?
I despise that tranny because you see, that's a culture. It's a habit that they adopt. So it's like the new fashion trends are coming down, like the Samsung S20 Ultra Plus. Everyone is going to want one of those. So they're so accustomed to calling it the Ultra, is that when they go back, is they're so accustomed to looking at every person as a transsexual, they call them tranny for short.
Mm-hmm.
And it will take a lot of work for them to actually change that word to reflect female or just transsexual. And it also have to do with the individual, because if you're talking to me and you're going to refer me as a tranny, I said, okay, well, I don't feel too comfortable for you calling me a tranny. So can you
Mm-hmm.
please refrain and stop from that? So it will take a lot of hard work, and we have to actually bring awareness to the person that's saying it to us
Mm-hmm.
in our face. So we have to let them know where we stand. It's like if
Okay.
they call us the wrong name, say for instance, somebody called me Katarina. That's not my name. My name is Katanya. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually have to correct them. So it's still work in progress, and we're currently working on that, but it will take some time to reach the place in which it needs to
Okay. Now, just this is a sensitive question concerning religion, and us being, coming from most of us that are Christians, or however else we celebrate religion, under whatever it is. But in the Black community, it's mostly about Christianity. So, how is it that we see the Black churches reaching out to, like you said, the shelters and what they consider the normal society, but you never see them step in to take charge and help and focus on the LGBT two-spirit pronoun community, and mainly the trans community.
It has been that way for many years, and I don't believe in it, because there's no way that you are Christian and you are choosing to help a certain group of people, heterosexuals, people that are not gay, are not trans, are not non-binary. You cannot choose. It's either you're going to accept us all, or why are you there then? Because I am so tired of hearing people, and I know I may get dinged for this, but this is my personal opinion. I am so tired that from the time that people hear about, okay, you're trans or you are gay, they run for the Bible. Why? Are there any other educational resources that you can use to get your point across? But yet in the Bible, it says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, but you run for a Bible. And at the end of the day, all of us have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Because you're not going to come and tell me that God is going to put me in the pits of hell because of who I am, and I am gay, but yet you had children out of wedlock, you wear mixed match clothing, you eat pork, all these things the Bible speak about.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand where you're coming from. It really baffled me for years and years and years and years. Because I had an experience in Barbados, whereas I was beginning to transition before I came, and the Jehovah's Witness would come to my house. And from the time they see me, they will say, men should not lie with men. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they would say, your lifestyle is wrong. I said, my lifestyle is wrong, but no offense to you, you're also in sin. Because look at you. You have on a denim skirt and a polyester blouse. Are those not mismatched fabrics? And they would actually close the Bible and run away. They don't want to hear me anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just wanted to say that because my parents were heavy Christians, but they never chastised me for just being me. And me and my sister, we talk a lot about our folks because we miss them, but yet they were very good to us without ever throwing the Bible in our face. I'm the baby, my sister's in the middle, my brother's the older, but they never, even though we all had three different lifestyles. My brother was sort of like you said, he was all over town with every kind of woman in the world and ended up marrying outside of his race, which at the time our parents thought, I don't want white people in my house, this and that, even though our neighbor was white. And then my sister ended up marrying her first husband, who she's married to today, that's white. And then there's me, the baby, the gay one, that all my relationships have been mostly European men. Now, what do you think? How do you think? Do you really feel? Do you think the LGBT community embraces the church? Do you think they go? Do you think they attend church?
I don't think the vast majority attends church. I could be wrong because they're so afraid of rejection. And with all that is going on, I mean, you're rejected by your family, you're rejected by society. And now you go to the church where you thought that you were be accepted and loved because of what Christianity is all about. And then they reject you, and or the priest may get up and say, we don't want that kind of person in our church, and ask them to leave. So
Mhm.
that alone is very heartbreaking because you're turning away, and then you're preaching words and saying Jesus said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me," while you're still
Mhm.
turning away God's creation.
Hmm. You know, I have learned so much. I miss my parents so much, but they always taught me to just love. And this is why, no matter, we can always say this happened to us and that happened to us, but you always have to just get up and keep getting up. And I learned that just you have to love everyone. You don't have to get along with them. You can just stay clear of them, but you have to love them for just being human beings and just being what we are here for, is to love each other, take care of each other. And that's what life is about. But for somewhere along the line, we have chosen so many different, I'm this, I'm that, I'm over here, I'm over there, I don't like you, you're this, you're that. And it's putting so many barriers in the way of where we are to go. Now, a perfect example is I watched something that was trending a lot on Facebook and YouTube and all these places when the pandemic hit and the little children weren't going to school. Now, before, we've always talked about how you teach children to hate and discriminate, but nobody ever paid it any attention. But if you ever sit in a classroom and watch how kids really interact with each other normally, you don't see what we practice today when they're first growing up.
100%. Because actually, the generations are changing.
Hmm.
And I mean, we were raised by parents who would whoop us, who would beat us
Hmm.
up. When we do something wrong, we would get lashes, we would get spanking. It's a whole different generation now where you can't spank a child. You have to take away, sorry, my baby just came out, take
Okay.
away their devices. You have to take away their phones and all of that to for them to understand the importance of good behavior. But is that working? That's the
Hmm.
question. Is that working for that person? It may work for me, yes, but it won't work for you because I'm saying, okay, well, I'll just be without my phone for a week and then she'll give me it back. And then I may go and do the same behavior again. And she'll just take away, my parents will just take away my laptop, my phone, my TV. But we have to find different ways because if we can't spank the child, we have to find
Hmm.
ways and very more effective and efficient ways to ensure that whatever punishment that you're delivering to that child, they understand that it cannot be done again. So it's like finding, like if you have a cold or you have a sinus, it's actually finding the right medication so
Mm-hmm.
you can combat that and you can heal properly. So we need to, as parents, because the generation is actually
Okay.
changed, we need to find other different ways to ensure that our children have been disciplined in manners
Mm-hmm.
in
Now,
the home and outside.
okay, and now I want to just go back to. I have a few more questions for you because
Sure.
you've been really helpful and enlightening, and I'm amazed, and I'm just blessed that people like you that represent us are in our community to help us. So I'm grateful. Now let's talk about the LGBT two-spirited community in downtown Toronto. As you know, in the last few years our city has come under a lot of scrutiny because of Pride Toronto and Black Lives Matter. What do you think has happened? Where has the communication broken down that we are at a standstill with one of the most powerful celebrations that brought respect, money to the city, and gave us a real voice?
I don't think that we should let it actually phase us. We should still continue doing what we're doing. Don't let anything, because with that move, that pride movement and the pride that we have for a whole month of June for the entirety of having pride. I mean, it's something where people can connect. You will
Mhm.
find people, you will talk to people, you will share common stories, and you will find that you meet other brothers and sisters that are actually going through a lot and you can help them. And I mean, I believe it's only for the money, but do they really care if we have pride or not? Do they?
Mhm.
It's only to bring financial stability or to generate income because for pride people come out and they spend money, they do this and they do etc. So I
Mhm.
mean, does it really, really, really have an impact on government and society?
Mhm.
Because with all of a sudden now, everybody wants to do a pride. The straight wants to do a pride without gay pride. I mean, we're setting trends because they didn't want a pride until they see a gay pride, right?
Mhm. Now,
So I believe that. And for the Black Lives Matter, I refuse to partake in that because you cannot
okay.
tell me that all lives matter when you turn around and beat up a black trans girl. You're telling me that only certain lives matter. And I
Mhm.
think that as soon as we, as trans girls, actually bond together, our voices, this
Mhm.
nonsense will stop. Because you don't see our community going around, okay, you're straight, I'm beating you up. No, we don't do
Okay.
that. So why are you going to do it to us? And then you're going to demonstrate, protest, take all your energy and take all your time and say Black Lives Matter. You turn around and beat up a trans girl, although she's black. So what are you telling me then? How are you expecting people to take you serious?
Okay. Now, just a couple of more questions. Now, since the pandemic, now it brought a lot of attention and it actually brought out a lot of awareness of what is actually happening within our community. Now, I noticed now that a lot of the bars will not be opening back up, and a lot of the performers, some of them trans, who relied on this income, what do you think they should do if they really, because a lot of them probably use the bars and the income as sort of a way of just trying to pay their bills, but yet using it to sort of slowly maybe transition and um, sort of, just try to live a normal life and contribute to their community with entertainment, but yet slowly maybe they identify as trans. But now that resource of that income will be gone.
100%. But I mean, if they're performers and they're being legitimate, they should be paying taxes
There you go.
on some part of it. But if they don't, we here at Black Cap here in Canada, but we do help. We will give out gift cards for the grocery stores. We have the IA Project, and the IA Project do grocery deliveries. Where if you don't have food, you can reach out to myself, or you can reach out to anyone at Black Cap and say, "Hey, well, I need a grocery delivery." And the groceries are actually from a Black grocery store. You get all your pork, your chicken, your pears, your sorrel, everything that you can think about. And it's not only one box, because one box can feed a family of 5.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a big family, we will give you 2 boxes, 3 boxes. It all depends. I know we can't help you with your bills at the moment, and but that will take some stress off of you, because you will have food, you will have your gift cards. And it so pains me that I saw the other day they're sending around for the first 50 persons, for the first 50 girls that actually sign up for this link, they get $200. But I mean, our community is big and the trans community is big. Why are you going to choose 50 girls?
Mm-hmm.
You should have expanded that number to a more wider number. And then they send the one for the first 100. At least if they connect with us, they will know where the next meal is coming from. But they have rent to pay.
Mm-hmm.
They have bills to pay. They may have a person that they need to take care of. So for me, what I would suggest them to do is, if you can go on ODSP or OW to get some financial help until you get back on your foot, while you can still continue to do your shows online. People can watch and you advertise it. So that way you have a little bit of buffer that will help you through these hard economic times during the pandemic.
You know, that's great advice. So for you ladies out there, just remember, Katanya Richards is here to help you from Black Cap if you need food. And she can also direct you to social services, which can help you with some financial income. Black Cap cannot help you with income, but they will help direct you to how you can get some support during this pandemic and during the rough times. Now, you know, Katanya, I just want to say thank you. And thank you for all the hard work that you do. I've like I said, I've been in this community 31 years, and it's great to see us evolving and contributing and keeping it going. And you know, for a long time there, I wanted to give up. But now that I'm looking at you, it gives me some hope that the work that was done in the trenches is now has rubbed off on the young people, and they're trying to do their part. They're trying to have a voice. And it's great to see that not just people in the community, it's good to see visible minorities, good to see people that I can relate to. And it's good to see people that look like me. So I just want to say thank you so much for the conversation today.
Yep, 100%, and that's why I'm here to do.
Okay, if the girls want to get a hold of you, just tell us how we get a hold of you. You have a website, email address, phone number.
Yes, my phone number, my work phone number is 647-206-9653. And if you want to reach me by email, it's going to be k.wiltshire, and Wiltshire is spelled WILTSHIRE. So that will be k.wiltshire@black-cap.com.
Thank you so much for a great conversation today, and thank you for the great work that you do. We appreciate it. So ladies and gentlemen, on the show today, I had Ms. Katanya Richards from Black Cap. She cleared up a lot for us about helping the trans community with harm reduction and whatever else services that they need, if they need, and during this pandemic time, for food and just information to get them the resources that can help them. Until then, you guys stay safe, Thank you for joining me here on the Stephanie Stevens Show. And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being
You're welcome.
and inspiring. I take my hat and
Thank
my
you.
wig
You're
off too.
welcome.
Have a great day.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, hon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.